Hey guys, it's Lotus and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my bullet journal flip through for 2020. I'm really happy with how my bullet journal progression turned out this year, so I thought it would be fun to do a little flip through. So let's get right into it. So this year I used this lilac journal from Archer and Olive, and I really loved it, but I didn't know that the color would be this light because on their Instagram picture of it, it was more of a lavender color. It was a little brighter. But this is more like pastel, so it did get a little dirty throughout the year, but otherwise I really liked it. So starting with the inside cover, I have my key, and I just wrote my name. Then for my title page for 2020, I did the Art Deco style, Roaring 20s kind of border, with this little quote. My future log is like barely filled out because nothing happened. Only when school started then I had stuff again. So for January I did the Red Lantern theme and I really like how it turned out. This was of course inspired by Amanda Rach Lee's theme. And then I also added like the fairy light bits that I saw from Plint's. I just thought it was really pretty. As you can see, when things got busy, I didn't fill anything out, but that's how it goes. This is a really nice quote page. I've been getting into doing a lot more quote pages this year because I didn't really have time to in the past, but I like adding the more artsy elements into my journal. So my February theme was sea turtles, and I didn't have a lot of time to draw out a theme, so this is actually a sticker that I got when I was younger. It came black and white, so I had colored them in myself. And so when I was really busy in February, I just took the pre-colored sticker and stuck it in and just did the bubbles around it. I tried to draw some sea turtles of my own. They don't look the best, but I still think this theme turned out really nice. Especially the mood tracker. This was one of my favorites and the only time I filled in a mood tracker fully. Next up is March theme, which I did this bumblebee theme. This was inspired by Bujo and Cookies. I was kind of stumped on what to do for March's theme, and then I saw her post her picture on Instagram and I thought it was so pretty, so this was inspired by her. Now comes to April. This is one of the more challenging themes for me, but it was also really fun to do. It's Naruto. I was watching a lot of Naruto at this time because this is when lockdown first started. Lockdown started mid-March, and I think for the last 2 weeks of March I was just watching different shows, and Naruto was one of them, and I was kind of obsessed, so I did a theme. I'm not the best at drawing characters and people, so this was definitely a challenge, but looking at the reference photos, I think I did a decent job. And I do want to practice more with drawing characters and people in the future, so hopefully I can do that. This whole page was dedicated to Kakashi. He's my favorite character. Yeah, we're gonna skip over this quickly because I barely worked out. This May cover was my favorite theme. So I love Pokemon, but especially the evolutions, and this was the most fun to do. It was like a comic book style inspired with all the evolutions, and it took a long time, but I loved it so much. It was so fun to do, and I think this is my favorite piece of work in my bullet journal this year. It was the best one to do. But as you can see, with a very well drawn out and organized and put together cover, there's a not so good calendar. The calendar is a little rushed, but it did its job for being a calendar. And I had like a shiny Umbreon looking at Eevee. Eevee's trying to decide what it wants to evolve into. So yeah, at least it has like a little story, but yeah. This was my favorite spread to do. I started to really like just putting all the days of the week on one side, like doing 2 weeks on a spread, because during quarantine not a lot was going on, so I could fit that and save some pages in my journal. And then I loved having the art down the middle, and with the, you know, Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, I thought it was really pretty, and like I used kind of like watercolor style to get these gradients, so I just love how this one turned out. It was one of my favorites. For June every year I get stumped on what theme to do, so my June theme isn't really complete. I don't know what I was really going for. I wanted to do like a bright color scheme, and then like some summery flowers, but this isn't my best theme, but at least I had a setup for it. The weeklies look pretty good, it's just the beginning pages didn't. Now we come to July. I like how the cover page turned out, except I feel like this Ahoy Mate is kind of awkward at the bottom. This was also one of my favorite themes, I think. I just love how this turned out. It looks very full and very put together. It seems like I had a lot to write about in July. Next comes to August. August was my favorite month to set up. I had seen this koi fish theme so much on Instagram, and I liked adding the lily pads into it, and I just thought this one was so pretty and I had been dying to do it, so I finally did the koi fish theme. I just think everything about this theme is just so bright, and like it looks so put together and such a good theme. It was also super easy to draw these. I think I was intimidated at first seeing other people's like well put together spreads, but it was not that difficult to do. I never finished my mood tracker. I found that I am bad at filling in trackers, but aren't we all? Favorite layout of the year, I'm telling you guys. I love doing this, the art in the middle with the weeklies on the side. I think especially for when there's not much going on, this is like such a good layout and it saves so much space. Now we're coming to September's theme. I did a BT21 theme, and I kind of wanted to replicate the colored blocks that I had done for the Pokemon theme, except make these a little more wavy and not as angular, and there was a lot of characters to do as well. So I really like how this turned out. It's very colorful and bright. I really like how this mood tracker turned out as well. So this is when school started, so I started color coding all my classes and like having more things to put in. So I definitely started to need the planning space, so I couldn't do that other layout with like all 7 days on one. Again, I love doing these art pages in my journal since I didn't get to do that a lot in the other years since I was so busy. October's theme, the cover page is a haunted house with little nods to like a haunted forest kind of thing with the crows, the bats, and the twisted branches. But I started doing these setups like during class, during the semester since I didn't have much time. But I still do really love how my October theme turned out. So for Halloween, instead of doing my own kind of quote page, Amanda posted this drawing of hers that she had made on Twitch with like all the Among Us characters with different things, so I thought it was really cute. Yes, I accidentally colored in the Harry Potter as a minion because I don't know, I wasn't really thinking, I just thought the goggles looked like a minion, and yeah, I'm sorry, I screwed up, but I thought this was really cute, so I put it as my end of October art. For November, I did a Constellation theme. I was really happy with how this turned out. I really love how it looked with the dark blue and the gold, and it was also really fun to do. I had done a constellation project when I was younger, and so this kind of like brought me back to, I don't know, looking up the constellations and like seeing them, and this was just so fun to do. I loved it. Now I feel like I kind of screwed up with this because Sagittarius is my zodiac sign, but Sagittarius season also starts towards the end of November. But because I was setting up these weeklies during my class, I wasn't really thinking, I was just kind of doing it to pass time. And then I realized I probably should have put Sagittarius later, like when it actually started. But I was doing this just because that was my star sign. But yeah, I probably should have planned that better. And then the second one I did was Leo. Leo is my moon sign, so that's why I did Sagittarius and Leo. Whereas ideally I should have done the Sagittarius here because I do think it starts this week. I'm not like a big pro on astrology, but yeah. This is my little Thanksgiving art to end off the month, and then we have December. December was my winter forest theme with like this little deer. This deer kind of looks bad, but so I just had December written in this like pine tree color green, and then I did like the gradient background with the wintry forest and tons of snow. I actually really like how the calendar turned out. It does look like a blizzard is happening with a little deer and like the snow falling on the trees and stuff, so I do think the calendar turned out really nice. And I like doing like these Christmas trees with like snow on them for the weeklies. I think it turned out really cute. You got this. This was the final stretch for doing schoolwork, so I was like, I got this. I can get through this last week and then I'll be good. And this is the last page of the journal, so I'm planning for 2021, and this one, a 2021 bullet journal setup and January plan with me will be coming very soon. So yes, I'm working on that. And the last page, I just did a little reflection. So I'm gonna fill out the bottom piece on how I felt about this year, but here I put some of my favorite songs. They're not ranked, they're just the 20 that I think I listened to the most this year that I really liked. So you have a good mix here. But yeah, I will fill this out soon. And yeah, that is the end. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Like I said, I'll be coming out with a 2021 bullet journal setup in January. Plan with me very, very soon. So please subscribe and stay tuned if you are interested in that. Thank you so much for watching.